ordinary Russians, even as patriotic sentiment remains strong.
Russia is facing growing petrol shortages, with long queues and disruption at filling stations becoming increasingly common in parts of the country. BBC correspondent Steve Rosenberg reports that while the shortages are beginning to affect everyday life, there is little sign that patriotism among many Russians is weakening. The fuel crisis has been linked to repeated Ukrainian drone attacks on Russian oil refineries and energy infrastructure, which have reduced refining capacity and disrupted fuel supplies. In some areas, motorists have been forced to wait for hours to buy petrol, while reports of rationing, rising prices, and even confrontations at filling stations have emerged. The disruption is also being felt in Russia's popular Black Sea resort areas, where petrol queues, drone alerts, and attacks on nearby energy infrastructure have become part of daily life. But Rosenberg's report highlights a striking contrast. Despite the growing inconvenience and economic pressure, many Russians continue to express support for their country and its war effort. The question now is whether the mounting cost of the conflict will eventually translate into wider public dissatisfaction, or whether national pride will continue to outweigh the pressures of everyday life. The developments offer another indication of how Russia's war in Ukraine is increasingly affecting people far from the battlefield.
That's all for today on the Mega News at 8 on MBN TV. But before we leave, let's take a recap of the top stories.
We'll consider review after reading full ruling of Kwasi Ayurubi MP. In business, Ghana secured $2.6 billion in FDI in 2025, GIPC report. And on the international front, petrol shortages deepen as Russians feel growing impact of war, Rosenberg.
For more news, log on to MBN 360 Facebook and YouTube. I'm Wendy Latte. Have a very good morning.